Let's go, Rams, Cowboys in Dallas. There's a little coin toss confusion. Dak Prescott said he wanted to defer. The refs would actually look at that. So if they're standing on the star, I guess you could say this is hashtag Coinstar. Okay. It would make a change at halftime. Dallas would get the ball. But they say if you want to party in Texas, you go to Austin. And they did. They started the party by going to Tavon Austin. He scoots in, 59-yard touchdown, walks on in and does his little dance.
They weird.
See you. They were a little bit aggressive when it came to the game plan. Kellen Moore did his thing, and to continue this biblical beatdown, they went to Ezekiel 21. That was a 3-yard touchdown. The Cowboys, they were going to win. Jerry Jones is loving it. This was, in no doubt, in the hands of the Cowboys from the beginning to the end, and there's the superstars right there, Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott. They beat up on the Rams, 44-21.
Got a nice NFC East showdown against those Eagles in Philadelphia in Week 16, a pivotal matchup. As we welcome in Ian Rappaport this morning. He's somewhere in New York. What's the latest on the Cowboys, Ian, after this win?
Okay, usually we come on here, we talk about Jason Garrett's job status and how Jerry Jones is not going to fire him, and I want to see what happens till the season ends. What you saw yesterday for the Dallas Cowboys was a reminder of why Jerry Jones has not fired Jason Garrett, and essentially it is this. They believe that Garrett is the best coach to get them to the playoffs and possibly win, and you see that performance on the field, you can at least understand why Jerry Jones has not quite given up hope. They actually beat a team with a 500 record. They actually demolished a team with a 500 record. And reading some of the comments, listening to some of the interviews from Jerry Jones postgame, there were two things that stood out to me. One, as he said, this reminds me that the season is not over. And two, he would like nothing more, and I believe Jerry Jones means this, nothing more than to ride the coattails of Jason Garrett to a playoff ride, wherever that takes him. This right here, what you saw yesterday, is why Jerry Jones has not made a coaching move. He believes this coaching staff gives him the best chance to advance.
And the Cowboys hold on to first place in the NFC East. They, of course, hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over those Eagles, who they will meet in Week 16. Thanks so much, Ian. We'll talk to you a little bit later elsewhere in the NFC East.
Let's do it. Redskins taking on the Eagles. Redskins have been eliminated from the playoffs, but they would never not show up to play Philadelphia. Here we go. Dwayne Haskins to Adrian Peterson. Peterson gets the touchdown here. Guys, he passes Curtis Martin for 5th on the all-time rushing. Take that, Dutch Clark.
He's tied now with he's tied with Walter Payton.
Tied with Walter Payton for 4th on the all-time touchdowns list. 4 Eagles drives later, they're down by 3 points. Carson Wentz, 32 seconds left on the clock. Looking, finds Greg Ward, one of just 3 wide receivers who would dress yesterday for the Eagles. Ward gets the touchdown. He would have 7 catches for 61 yards and that score. All right, ensuing Redskins drive. 6 seconds left. Haskins gets them into position to maybe make a play here. Throw it to Terry.
Whoa.
Nigel Bradham takes it. 47 yards.
Just throw it to Terry.
Why not? Put it away. Urban Meyer was in the building to see Haskins, to see Scary Terry.
Haskins looked good.
He did, but the Eagles stay alive, 7-7. And after the game, Carson Wentz, who was just fantastic down the stretch, was asked about facing the Cowboys next week in a huge showdown, which could decide it all.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, shoot, the last couple weeks, it's backs against the wall, and that doesn't change. You know, that doesn't change. And we got Dallas coming in, and we know what that means to this city each week, regardless of the circumstances. But we also know the circumstances and what's riding on it as well. So we'll be ready and we'll be excited.
Still behind those Cowboys, who of course got the win. They have a head-to-head tiebreaker over those Eagles. The Rams, by the way, in that loss, fall 2 games back of the Vikings for that wild card spot. The Eagles still alive in the hunt in this one. Triggs, right back to you. Where do you stand on these NFC East teams after this weekend? And talk to me about what you saw with these Eagles. They pull out the win. Wasn't easy, but they did it.
If the Eagles win out, they're in the playoffs. That's all they need to know. They control their own destiny. And if Carson Wentz plays like he did at the end of the 4th quarter on Sunday, they'll be okay at home against the Cowboys. 8 for 8 on this final drive. Moves the chains. And like I said when we're doing the highlight, they were down to Greg Ward, Robert Davis, and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. They were completely nothing at the wide receiver position, and they leaned on Ward. He played great. They leaned on Ertz. Played great. Goddard had the one-handed catch. Eagles have something here. If you look at the last 6 quarters.
Are you in on Carson?
I am, because against the Giants, back against the wall, finds a way. And in this one here, on the road, back against the wall. Saved his best for last. Carson Wentz, slaying some dragons here, I think. Proving himself a little bit. Huge win.
That was really big. Urban Meyer was in the building. There's also an urban legend known as Miles Sanders. Peter, putting you on the spot. Monday morning trivia right now. Last 100-yard rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles before yesterday. Come on!
Jay Ajayi.
Sproles!
LeGarrette Blount.
Wow.
2 years ago, 2017. Guys, it's been missing. Miles Sanders cranked off 122 and said afterwards, he gave some Eagles fan erotica. He said, when we're down, put it on my shoulders. I will carry this team.
I love that.
Dallas is going to see a ton of this rook who's pretty fresh considering it's this time of year. Look out.
Yeah, the offense played well.
Boom.
Wide receivers, complimentary players played well, but they closed it out defensively, which is what I love. It seems like right now the Eagles offensively, defensively, they're all clicking. Let's see what they can do over the next couple of weeks.
Are you ready to work on Saturday?
I'm always ready to work, Kay.
We're going on. Else we'll have warm weather down in Tampa. This one in the booth. This one in Foxborough for the Bills. And we'll also be on a pirate ship, I heard?
Yeah, I got a cutlass for us.
All right. December 21st is an NFL Saturday triple header only on NFL Network. Everybody's involved. First, the Texans facing the Bucks. The Bills taking on the Patriots. It all wraps up as the Rams battle the Niners. No trip to the grocery store. No, you're not going. You're not going anywhere. You're staying.
Playoffs? Let's find out. Dueling Spider-Man game, good defenses, young quarterbacks, and fire. Steelers are on Sunday Night Football all the time. The Bills really are not at all, so how do they respond, and how does that man respond? He said, I'm from Wyoming. Go Pokes in his introduction. Look at this. Right up the middle, a no-doubter. Josh Allen has run for 9 touchdowns this season, my friends. 9. James Conner, all right, looked really good, and I mean that. Spry, healthy, rested. Exhibit A. Watch what happens here. Whoop! Oh, we're going to get another look at this. I'm so glad this was not Matt Milano for the Bills. I'm so glad we didn't run it back. But watch Micah Hyde. We love him on the show. He's a good player. Look out, Nate.
Whoop! Hit him with the 1-2 step.
Even Chris Collinsworth said that was one of those Lamar Jackson things. And then James Conner gets the ball. We got 6. He looks out of nowhere, really fresh, energetic, screaming at the crowd the whole time. So maybe Pittsburgh got something at the right moment, though. Up 10-7. Devlin picked.
Look at Dion. One hand.
Look out. One hand, like a loaf of bread. You thought he was going to house it for a second. Trey White had 2 interceptions on this one. There was dancing. There were penalty kick celebrations. Doug Hodges, kind of a rough night, but let's finish this off first. 10-10, fourth quarter, 3rd and 9. Allen, laser. Tyler Kroft raised the tune for 6 points. Bills go ahead. Oh my gosh, they're fired up. Look on the sideline. There's Matt Patricia with Mike Tomlin talking things over.
Matt Patricia.
Devlin Hodges, what do you got? 17-10 Buffalo. He's going to go to the end zone. 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Give me a shot. And it's picked off by Levi Wallace. 4 interceptions for the Duckman on the night.
2 going into this game.
He
2.
doubled it. And he's got a headband. And look at that. The Bills are going to the playoffs. Twice in 3 years, McDermott, you maniac. 17-10 in Pittsburgh, in prime time. Let's hear from the quarterbacks. Josh Allen and Devlin Hodges. The Bills are going to the playoffs.
Credit to our defense tonight. They played a heck of a game. We had some really good plays when it mattered tonight. You know, Smoke, the go ball. I think the most important play of that drive especially was, you know, him hurrying to the ball and picking up the fumble. You know, like I said, a couple costly turnovers that cost us some points. So we gotta learn from this one and grow from it and focus on Saturday.
Were they 9-5 now, or whatever they are? I mean, they're a great team. They're a playoff team, and I mean, it was a good learning experience for me. And I mean, they're just, like I said, they're a solid defense, and you know, they're a good team.
Allen threw just his 2nd interception since Week 7. He has been a bit more accurate, and they get the win. More on this, of course, looking at the playoff picture. The Bills clinching a playoff spot for the 2nd time in the last 3 years. They sit a game back of the Patriots. Just 1 game for the AFC East lead. And they, of course, have a showdown looming Saturday right here on NFL Network at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Now, even with that loss, the Steelers are still hanging on to the final wild card spot. They hold the conference record tiebreaker over the Titans. So, Nate, looks like the Bills were tired of hearing how good that Pittsburgh defense was. What aspect of this win over the Steelers impressed you the most?
It was the other defense. It was the Bills' defense and what they did to Duck Hodges. You know, we know that Duck Hodges is a young player, and you said it, Kay. He went to this game taking care of the ball, making smart decisions. That was the reason why Mike Tomlin came in and said, he's not going to kill us. Guess what? He did in this game because of this fantastic defense. Tre'Davious White, he is a shutdown corner. I know we talk about it every chance that we get, But this ball right here, he left it slightly inside. Should have put it outside. Davis White takes advantage.
We don't talk about Tre'Davious White enough.
We don't. So when we do get a chance to, we're going to make sure the world knows that they have a true shutdown corner, all-pro guy in Buffalo. I mean, they sacked him 4 times. They turned him over 5 times. They caused 3 fumbles and recovered 1. Like, that's a defense that we thought was going to go into this game, and that's a defense that can carry them into the Super Bowl. You might not have confidence in Josh Allen throwing with the best quarterbacks in the game. Maybe he's not going to light up the sky and throw 51 times and put up 400 yards, 5 TDs in the air. But if that defense plays well and Josh Allen takes care of the ball, they'll have chances to win low-scoring affairs just like this.
The Bills were down 10-7 in this game. They had the ball in the red zone, and they went 6 straight runs for 1 yard and settled for a field goal. And you're kind of like, hey, Bills, that's fine, but, like, can we go for it? Then we come out of commercial, and it's late 4th quarter, and the Steelers fans have the terrible towels going. It's 10-10, and the renegade music is going wild. And the play, look at this play. Yeah. And we come out of commercial, and it's 10-10. And what do we got, Bills? We're facing this, and Josh Allen cocks back and lets it rip. Where's John Brown? Let's go for the jugular. I love the attack here. This was 10-10. This drive was everything you want to see if you're a Bills fan. We're not going to cower into the night. We're not going to settle for field goals. We're going to take it to them in their building. Their strength coach is a guy named Hal Luther.
What's he got?
He uses the term ride the lightning. That's what's all over their strength room. Ride the lightning. They rode the lightning and they rode Josh Allen when they needed it most. They stepped right into the belly of the beast and they came out swinging. I loved what I saw from the Bills in crunch time in this.
Was that Tyler Kroft with the game? Wasn't he the one who caught the touchdown for the Bengals and got the Bills into the playoffs?
Is that the thing?
Yes, Taylor Kroft caught that touchdown for the Bengals.
Wow.
Buffalo
He's beloved up in Buffalo.
And Coach Luther says, ride the lightning?
Ride the lightning.
And the Steelers fade to black. I am impressed by just the adulthood of all this. The Bills haven't won a Sunday night football game in like almost 20 years. It's been that long. And I always say for these quarterbacks, no matter how good your defense is, no matter how good you're running, there's always the 3rd and 9 factor. You got to make a throw. 3rd and 9 literally was the down and distance for Josh Allen when he reared back to chuck it to Bills legend Tyler Kroft right in the end zone, in the face of that. Peter, when you just showed that stadium, that looked like a DC United or something overseas, Arsenal. Like, that place was wild. And I love the way the Bills handle it. They're built right. Back to Thanksgiving. They beat Dallas. National holiday coming out party for the Bills. There's Josh Allen with the turkey leg, and the question teed up to him, what message did you send the country today? He goes, we got work to do. Yesterday, the second they clinched the 2nd playoff game in 3 years, McDermott says, we have work to do. Brandon Beane, the GM, you've reshaped the entire team. You've worked miracles. Do you want to beat your chest a little bit? He literally says, we have by no means arrived. We are a work in progress. That is a team that gets it. And that progress may include having to knock off New England next week, if not now, when. I love this team.
That game's on NFL Network on Saturday. It is the Bills facing the Patriots, an AFC East showdown right here on NFL Network. We love football. We have a triple header on Saturday.
Yeah.
Tune in early. The Texans visit the Buccaneers. Kyle and I will be there. Nate is going to be in the booth.
That's right. I'm be in the booth with Rich Eisen.
Then we have, of course, and you're going to be in.
I'll be rocking the sidelines. Bills at Patriots. Mike Tirico, Kurt Warner, myself are on that call. Cannot wait to be there.
And it wraps up with the Rams at Niners. Oh, we'll get to you, Niners. But let's check in on